Hello, John Fury. It's me, your nemesis, Joe Egan again. And rock hard, Joe Egan, because that's what I am, John. I am rock hard, not like you, soft as shit. Okay? But listen, I'm laying off you now, John, because I understand you're so busy in your barn, rehearsing for the remake of The Wizard of Oz, John. You're made for the part of the lion, looking for courage. But if you ever do find that courage, John, I will be here waiting. But until you find the courage, because I already have an abundance of courage, John. That's one thing I have. You've sent your friend, Gypsy George Carmen, to fight on your behalf.
Fight your battles for you. George hadn't taken too kindly for it. George and John are mates. And he's fired back with this.
Joe Egan, it's George Carmen once again. I'm just saying, Joe, you're a liar. The reason why I say you're a liar, Joe, because you said I was put up to fight John Fury's battles. That was a lie, Joe. The reason why I called you out, Joe, is to bring awareness to cancer, Joe. To show people there's life after cancer, Joe. That's all it was about, Joe. But you don't want to fight, Joe. You're only looking for a payday. Joe, let's do something good for charity. Let me and you get it on. Stand toe to toe. The best man will come out. Afterwards, we can shake hands. You know the real winners, Joe? Is the people who are suffering for cancer. Let's raise some money for them, Joe. Let's don't try to feather our own pockets, Joe. Is that what you're trying to do, Joe? Get a few quid for yourself? Yes, I'll give you a couple of grand to go home with, Joe, after I beat you.
Anyway, but the moral of the story is they have a stage, they have a venue, and they have a TV station to film it. So it's separate. The real argument is, should these near on 60-year-olds, I want you guys at home, come on, I want you to feed back and speak to me. Should these near on 60-year-olds be fighting? We know the dangers of boxing for young men. So here is the question. Now, I'm a bit hypocritical here because I wouldn't like to see them fight at 60. I'll be perfectly honest. I know that George Carmen's a gentleman, and I'm told that Joe Egan's a lovely gentleman. I saw something he put on then on the social media site about people getting, you know, bullied and victimised and stuff, or they had inner problems to come out and speak to him. So he's doing a real good thing.
If there's anybody out there watching this that's suffering abuse with writings on a computer screen, sticks and stones may break your bones, but there's so many things in life that can excite us. So on that note, if there's any way, shape or form that I can help anybody out there, please don't hesitate to contact. You all have a wonderful weekend and God bless you.
In fact, one of my friends spent some time with Joe, and he said he's a lovely fella, and he really comes across as that. In fact, I'd like to meet you. If you're listening, Joe, I'd actually like to meet you sometime, mate. You do seem like a gentleman. Anyway, moving on. Do I think they should fight? Sounds a bit hypocritical. I had a fight just less than 1 year ago in my 52nd year, just short of my 52nd birthday. Yeah, so that's old. Yeah, so I'm a bit hypocritical. Why did I do it? Let me tell you why I done it. I physically wasn't in the best shape, and look, I always say it, always been in my prime, sort of fat type of heavyweight, you know, it's my genetic. But I let myself go out the boundaries, which is unusual, because even when I look like I'm way out of it, I'm still doing a bit in the gym behind the scenes, always, as I am now, right? And I probably look like that now, but that's the way it is, right? I always do a bit. That's me. Why did I do it? I didn't do it for financial gain. I done it for, I wanted just the discipline to go back into camp. I missed it. I wanted to dance around one more time. And look, thankfully, I done it. It was a great night. I look back, we move on. But the thing is, 52-year-old to 59-year-old, approaching 60, to 7-8 years on, that's a long time. That's like me now telling you I'm going to fight again in another 7 years. And I'm now telling you I wouldn't fight again, you know. Yeah, so my reason beyond it, there was no purse. In fact, there was a purse. It was donated to a friend of charity. I don't really pat on the back. He's my mate. I support him, and I always support him in other ways. I always do some type of fundraising or something. But let's get it right. It wasn't a tippy-tappy punch. We were still a fight. We were still punching each other on the jaw. So whatever the charitable cause is, George Carman wants to make cancer awareness, because he's a cancer. He had cancer, and he's a cancer recovery person, thank God, and he wants to make that awareness, and he wants to know that there's life and stuff beyond it. But which is great, and that's brilliant. Joe Egan, I mean, I think he told somebody he wants to fight for financial gain, and why not? Blimey, Nick, come on, if you get out there and you're fighting 29, 19, you know, for financial gain, 27, whatever, why on earth would you not want to get out there and fight for financial gain at the age of 59? And I'll back him all the way, because he really seems like a charitable guy, and there's plenty of ways of creating charity, but for him to get his overalls on and go to work at that age, I absolutely see you should take every single penny you get, you know what I mean? There's plenty of other avenues and angles to do charity work, so you deserve your money if that's where it goes. But should these guys fight? Now, this is the way I look at it, right? We go watch dart players, yeah? Senior tour, they come back. Snooker players, golf players. You know, I've even been to watch the great Sterling Moss drive a car around a track. We do love seeing old people go back in there. But the difference with boxing is it's a dangerous sport, yeah? One blow can make it all, you know, but that can happen at any age, can't it? I want you to know, should it, shouldn't it, I don't know, happen. But you know, like this is the way I look at it, right? I've been in boxing gyms as a little 7-year-old. I've had knuckle fights and travelling sites as a little 6-7-year-old child. 8, 9, 10. I had a fight at 9, 10-year-old with a cousin equal my size and age, where adults were going and sun. We're fighting for 30, 40 minutes. Bloody noses, cut eyes, black eyes, bloody mouths, and they were going and sun. They didn't put an arm around us and said, come on, stop, lads. And, you know, I've been boxing gyms when things ain't gone right. Imagine them at the little 7 and 8-year-olds have gone in the gym, had a little spa, and a dear little baby pride is dented. You know, they're facing the wall, doing up their shoelaces, pretending to, and they're actually crying. No, all us as adults would come and say, come on, son, you know, they didn't do it. They certainly didn't do it to me on occasion, as I said. You imagine, I've seen it happen. Yeah, most trainers do look after them, but you've got to see their little feelings. This is the sport they went into, they chose to go into, or they chose where to go at. So what I'm coming for, how about a 60-year-old? Should the 60-year-old, no, you can't do it? When you're doing it from 6 or 7-year-old? You tell me. Anyway, so that's it. Big Joe Egan, Gypsy George Carman, a venue and a TV crew and a TV channel and a promoter will stage it. Will they fight? They need to come out and publicly say yes or no. Personally, I'd love to see them cuddle, shake hands, have a beer. That's me. Tell me what you think. Anyway, in the meantime, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.